What's up, guys? I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to tell you how to set up your 2014 to 2017 YZ450F or 450F so that the thing will turn. That was my biggest problem. Took me a lot of testing to figure it out. So I'm going to show you how to make it turn, and also some other must-have mods for ergonomics and things like that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. So this is my bike. It's a 2015 YZ450F. I bought it new. It's been a great bike. I put a ton of time on it. It's got like 200 hours on it. I've never touched the engine. I think it's bulletproof. I'm a B rider, like mid-pack B rider, so I'm not pro, but I'm definitely not going that easy on it. So in order to make it turn, what I found is that raising the forks up in the triple clamps to about 5 mils does a lot for it. On the sag, I run around 105. I've tried it all the way from 100 to 110. Obviously, it turns better at 100, but you start to lose that stability, and it's not worth what you gain. At 110, it depends on the track. If I'm riding sand, I kind of like that a lot, but it's kind of like most other bikes where just 105 is a good middle number. But really the turning, I found the easiest tuning is just going up and down with ease. So 5 mils is what I use, but you can test around with it. So the second biggest thing, and this isn't quite as obvious, but this is huge, the Cycra shrouds. I don't know if you guys can notice. These aren't the stock shrouds. So the stock shrouds actually come out a little bit farther, and it seems crazy, but slimming this up allows me to get so much farther ahead on the bike that now I can get in there and I can get farther ahead, put more weight on the front of the bike, and it's amazing how much better it turns. At the same time, and I definitely recommend this too, I put this gripper seat cover on there at the same time I put in the shrouds, and so I weigh about 160 pounds, kind of a smaller guy, and this bike, I mean, it's a 450, right? It's got tons of power, so I always had a problem where I'd start to exit the corner and roll on the throttle, and it had so much torque that I would physically slide back down the seat. So when I put this on with the shrouds, I was able to get farther forward, and the seat would keep me there. So now exiting the corner, the whole way through the corner, I could keep my body in the right position, and it was crazy. It was like night and day. It made the bike so much better. It was amazing, really. I can't say enough good things about this. And it's not quite as convenient for cleaning the air filter. Before, you had those little deuce fasteners, right? So you pop there, and I think there's another one. No, I think there's just one here and one on top. So now it takes a little hex bolt head thing, but it's really not that big of a deal. The sides stay on now, and now you just pop this off. So it's really not much different. It looks a lot better to me having the breather hose hidden in there. I mean, that's just a preference, but I prefer that. What else? Really, that's the biggest thing. I also played around with, mine's a 15, so I went down one size on the spring, because like I said, I'm 160, so I think there's a 5.6 Newton meters spring in there, and then on the front, I've got the stock spring rates, which are probably a little bit too stiff for me, but I kind of like it stiff anyway. Another great thing to have, if you fall out like I do, is the unbreakable levers. So I've got the GYTR. There's a bunch of other brands out there, but these things are definitely worth the money if you fall a lot. I don't care what you do, these things will not snap. That's great. The sticker kit, I got that off eBay for 50 bucks, and I'm going to throw up a before and after photo. You guys aren't going to believe. This thing was so roached out. It actually got stolen this spring, and it was gone for 2 months, and the cops left me a voicemail telling me I could go get it from the impound. So $500 later, I got my roach bike back, and like I said, I'll put a picture up. You can see it. So last weekend, I put these stickers on and kind of cleaned it up. It's looking a lot better. It's also for sale. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say for major performance mods. So Cycra shrouds, gripper seat cover, and put the forks up quite a bit. Once you do that, it's going to start to turn. You can play around with the fuel mapping if you want. I met a guy at the track. He cranked up the fuel injection for me, so it's a little bit more responsive off the bottom. I like that quite a bit. Didn't get to ride too much. I actually broke my collarbone 20 minutes after we did that. But sometimes she'll throw you on the ground, you know? Anyway, I hope this helps you guys. I did a lot of looking around. I couldn't find anything. So I know for me, this was something that I wish I would have had when I got the bike. So I don't know, take or leave it, but that's what my setup was. Thanks. So if you guys don't already have one of these bikes, maybe you're just looking to hear reviews and you're thinking about buying one, I guess I could just talk about some characteristics of the bike. So in general, the way this thing handles is it's really predictable through like straightaways, like rough stuff. It can be really good as far as straight line stability. The complaints really are like the magazines we'll talk about or what I've addressed, where it doesn't turn all that great. But once you do the things I talked about, it gets a lot better, especially when you learn that you just need to ride farther forward on these things. That really does a lot for you. As far as motor, it's kind of, I think it's pretty mellow down on the bottom off idle. And for me, it feels like an exponential curve where just as soon as you start getting, the more you rev it up, the more it's like a rocket ship and it just wants to take off. And it's got really good over rev. I mean, if you want, you can just drive around in third gear all day on it and slip the clutch a little bit in the corner. The biggest complaint with the turning is that it's on the first half of the corner in the entrance where it just feels like it's not, you can't trust it. You just think it's going to slide out on you, or at least that's how I feel. So I feel like I have to tiptoe around, but once I get it into the spot where I get it, okay, now it's going, then you're home free and you can square off the corner and hammer it out, and it's fine there. That's one thing where like the Suzuki I've got, that thing really excels. It turns out a lot better, but you know, it's all what you want. If you're a heavier guy, and especially if you have longer legs and you really move around a lot, you can probably put your weight right up here and it'll turn just fine for you. Or you can just learn how to ride it like I had to. Well, once you spend some time on them and get used to them, they're really good bikes. Yeah, I've got pretty good things to say about it overall. Alright guys, well that's the end of this video. I hope you liked what I had to say. If you did, please go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm going to start making some more videos. I don't know if you guys noticed the fender in the background, but I got a 2014 YZ450 in the back here, and I might do another video on that one. It's a really good bike, a lot of good things to say about it. And yeah, hit subscribe. See ya.